Hello Saxo fans, episode 23, the first one of 2022. Happy New Year to you all. So, I had a good break over Christmas, didn't touch the car in any way, which was nice, but I have missed it, so here we are. It's, got a few days before we go back to work, so I thought I'd make a start on the engine bay prep and getting it ready to paint. So that's obviously a process which involves a few steps. Let me get that light out of your face. I'm going to just talk you through those, what we're going to be doing now, and hopefully this video will end with maybe the engine bay painted. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, let me swing you around and I'll show you the process of what I'm doing to make the engine bay good, and hopefully it will last as well. So 2 seconds. Okay, as the rain begins, so as you saw in the last episode, I put all of the strengthening plates in here and these extra bars and the little gusset plates and all that kind of stuff. Obviously I put in the new plates on both sides, so that's all repaired and done. And what I've done there is I hit them with some Hydrate 80. Obviously that's on, you know, bare, good steel, nothing on it. So that will just prevent the rust while it's sitting out here, which is obviously a very damp environment. And then I thought, well, there's other areas of the car that also need to be de-rusted, albeit it's just surface rust. So I've actually done this front panel already. I did that before Christmas, and I've just primed it just to see how it would look. And that's come out a treat. Obviously it's just surface rust. So what I'm doing is I'm using my two little 5 litre pressurised tanks in here. This one's just got water in it, and that one's just got a neat degreaser in there. So I hit it with a load of degreaser, you know, really get it wet, and then go at it with a couple of the brushes. I'm actually literally in the process of doing it now, hence why the floor is very wet in here and it's a bit mucky. But get rid of all the muck. So you can see off the back there of the bulkhead, I've actually degreased all of that already, which is why it's wet. So I've rinsed it off. I'm just going to get the heat gun on it and dry it, and then you can see like little bits of surface rust here. They just need treating. If I obviously didn't treat them, obviously it would just come through the Raptor bed liner, which I'm going to put on top. So just a few bits, you know, that need some rust prevention work before I paint over the top. So it's a bit of a dull process, and I'm not going to show you any of it because it's just me scrubbing, which is boring. But anyway, I just thought I'd show you that anyway. Obviously I've done all up in the arches as well, you see, so that's all had the same treatment. I'm literally going to cover it in Hydrate 80 just to make sure that none of it comes back, even if it's straight onto, I guess this is like a primed surface. So anyway, what I'll do is I will flick now to the whole of the engine bay in Hydrate 80, so it'll all look a little bit purpley like this bit here. And then obviously we need to talk about some of the other bits that are also going to happen in the engine bay. So anyway, let's cut forward to that. Okay then, that is the whole engine bay now done in Hydrate 80. Couldn't resist putting the montage in. So as you saw, I went round with the angle grind doing the wire wheels and de-rusted everything, and then I've given it a coat of Deox-C followed by Hydrate 80 everywhere. So that's all done. I'm still waiting for a few little patches to dry. You can just sort of see there's a bit down here that's still drying. There's a bit over there that's also still drying. So while I wait for that to dry and before I then can obviously do the primer on the engine bay, I need to have a look at bumper brackets, because I took them off to fit the new slam panel parts there. They're not slam panels, like inner wings. Anyway, so if I just move the camera, and you can see there's some more drying down here. These did bolt to here like this, but these brackets, yeah, I mean, they look pretty nasty and rusted through, and yeah, I'm not prepared to put those back on. So I did try and buy some more, but yeah, that hasn't worked out. So I'm going to get everything mounted on the front end, put the bumper back on properly, and then make my own bracket to essentially get a weld on to here where this would have been. Essentially it's just a 90-degree bracket. It's nothing particularly tricky. So yeah, I'll make something up, get it welded in place, yeah, and then obviously we can look at getting the engine bay primered. So let's put the front end back together. Okay, that's the front end put back together. Obviously I only need to do it up loosely, and I don't need to put the headlights in or anything like that, but yeah, I'm pleased with how that went back together. I was worried that because the inner wings obviously were all new, things might have moved a little bit, and there's obviously a little bit of give and take in some of the holes. They're not all perfectly 8mm size or anything, some of them are slightly bigger, so there's a bit of wiggle room, which is good. So next thing then is to make up these bumper brackets, and essentially what we've got is where the original bracket would have bolted to here. Try and get a better angle of this. There we go. So the original bracket would have bolted to here, would then brace the inner wing to the bumper, which is this block here. So I need to just sort of make a little 90-degree bracket that will fit on there, which I think is pretty straightforward. So I need to get on with that, and then yeah, the other stuff is still drying. The Hydrate 80 is still drying, so I can't prime or anything yet, but obviously I don't want to prime or anything until all the welding's done. I'll only need to weld the spot welds here, so pretty straightforward. Anyway, let's get on with it. Alright then, we're in business. So, got the bracket made. I just need to weld it on top of here where there was 2 little spots and a little tab that comes out. The old bracket actually spot welded to under here as well, but if I run a weld underneath, then I think that'll be strong enough. Bolts to here, the bumper little bracket comes through this little plastic tab. So yeah, I'm happy with that. I've peened over the edges just to give it a bit more strength, because it's relatively thin steel. It's the same thickness as the bracket that came off. But yeah, obviously if you don't sort of give it these little bits of strength, then it's very flexible. So that's sorted now, so I'm just going to tack it all in on the top, and then obviously I can get that into some Hydrate 80 so it doesn't rust. Right then, Saxo fans, so next step, you'll notice I've got a big old bag over the front of the car, and that's purely because it's been very foggy in here the past few days, and a lot of the moisture from the top of the tent essentially just drips onto the car, and I wanted to avoid that because obviously I'm going to be painting very soon. What I've also got hidden under there is a 2 kilowatt fan heater, wasting a phenomenal amount of energy. But essentially I just wanted to make sure that in the engine bay was very dry, so that's been on for a couple of days now, hence why it's all bubbled up. So it should be nice and warm in there, hopefully, to a degree, and dry more importantly. So the next step really is to, and probably a lot of people wouldn't do this, but I'm going to just run some Tiger Seal around some of the seams, just to avoid any possible water getting in between those panels where we've had rust in the past, or anywhere it could potentially rust. And obviously that Tiger Seal you can paint over, so the Raptor stuff that I'm going to put on can go straight over that, which is great. So I'm going to pull this cover off and then go around with the Tiger Seal, and just anywhere that I think potentially water could sit in there, I'm going to seal up. So let me get on with that. to get to the engine bay all painted. So that's now just going to dry for a couple of days. It really has to harden before you bolt anything to it. So in the next episode, a few things we're going to be going through. We'll finally get all the suspension bolted on, so obviously all that has been done, everything's been refurbished. It's just now a case of bolting all that back on together. Ideally, I'd like to get it to a point where I can roll the car out of the murder tent and actually take the murder tent down. Our extension plans are coming to fruition, so yeah, I need to get rid of the murder tent soon. So the aim is to get the car rolling and then moved out the front of the house for a little while. So we'll do that in the next episode. We'll get all the brakes bolted on. Obviously I need to run all the brake lines and all that kind of stuff, but yeah, we'll come back to that at another point. The other thing I'd like to do in the next episode is actually to get the gearbox mounted in the car. Now, you might think, well, that's a bit random. You know, I haven't touched the gearbox at all really in any way. But what I want to do is get all the drive shafts mounted. Obviously they're different lengths compared to the original Saxo ones, obviously with the BE conversion. So I've got some drive shafts coming, and I've got the gearbox, I've got all the mounts now. I think I've got everything I need to essentially mount the gearbox into the car, have it sat where it needs to be sat, and to be able to change gear normally, obviously without an engine connected to it. So I'd like to get that done and in the car working before I then take it to bits, strip it down, put the diff in it, and obviously paint all the casings and do all the plating and all that kind of stuff. So if everything goes to plan, that's what we'll do in the next episode. But anyway, yeah, so hopefully that was an interesting one for you. It's been difficult, obviously the weather's not been fantastic over the past few weeks, and obviously Christmas and New Year and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, we made it. So yeah, anyway, as always, really appreciate your support. Thanks for watching. Click like, subscribe, share it, comment, whatever. Anyway, see you next time.